What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. Today's video is the last week before the official peak begins for the World Championship. So you're watching this video as I am officially 5 weeks out from competition. And we are beginning the peak this week. So this is what the footage you're watching is from the week before this current one, where we're it's almost more like an introductory phase into the peak. And also had me at doing the most amount of volume I had done leading up to the peak. So we're carrying a lot of volume into this peak, so we've got quite a lot of volume we're able to dissipate, which will allow for some performance benefits as we obviously start to super compensate a little bit. So things are really going the right track. However, what I actually wanted to talk about today was regarding some movement selection and movement variation for improving your comp specific movement. So this is I know not everybody that watches this channel is a powerlifter, but I think that everybody that probably watches this channel is very interested in improving their squat, bench and their deadlift. So I had a conversation with someone the other day, an athlete I'm helping with his programming leading into the World Championships, the IPF World Championships, and he was saying, can we add in some lockout work to help my deadlift out? And I said, well, okay, let's think this. So why are you wanting to add in some lockout work? Well, obviously you're wanting to add in some lockout work because you're wanting to improve your lockout in the deadlift. Okay, so what you're thinking is that your lockout is weak. Okay, that's understandable and it's not a bad thought process. However, let's think about this. If we built blocks up, okay, so if we built blocks up off the floor and had you pull off blocks, you would probably be able to pull more off blocks than you ever have pulled off the ground. So you'd be able to pull more than your 1 rep max. So what that is telling me is you're not that specific person isn't actually weak off of at lockout. However, what is happening is during the full range of motion, they are missing their lifts at lockout because during the most difficult part of the range of motion, which usually is breaking the bar off of the floor or floor to knee height, they are pulling themselves out of position so that once they reach nearer lockout, so around the knee area or just above the knee area, they're hitting that in very suboptimal and very poor positioning, which is causing them to miss the lockouts because of the very poor positioning. However, when they do blocks, they're able to start. They're able to pull from that position with a good starting position. So instead, what that tells me is that with you losing positioning during the hardest part of the range of motion, to me, surely trying to improve the positioning during that range of motion and make sure you're holding better positioning, well, by doing so, you're then going to be able to reach the part where you perceived your sticking point to be with much better positioning, and all of a sudden your lockout isn't necessarily much of a weak point anymore. Now that goes for everything. If you're trying to improve say a low bar back squat and you're picking movement variations, well, you need to think about movements as movements and not necessarily you want to pick a movement and a movement variation that closely relates to that movement itself. So maybe your movement variation could be something like a high bar squat or something like a front squat, but doing like a box squat with a cambered bar with chains and bands pulling you forwards with a wider foot stance with your toes pointed out slightly more than what they usually are, I don't think that's going to have quite as much a carryover as doing something like a high bar squat, or to play devil's advocate, just increase the frequency or the total workload, which is total volume of the comp specific movement itself. So that's just some food for thought. I hope you took something away from today's video. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll speak to you next time.